Here we have for sale a 2018 on a 68 plate Vauxhall Vivaro. This is the 2900 model, which gives it a 3-ton gross vehicle weight. This has got the 1.6 CDTI 125 brake horsepower diesel engine, which is accompanied with a 6-speed manual gearbox. This particular model is the limited edition nav van, and it is the long wheelbase, so the L2 and H1 with the low roof. What we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on the limited edition nav Vivaro of this age, and we'll also talk you through the condition of this particular example and the service history, seeing as it is currently available for sale at the time of recording. So as we always do in these videos, we start here at the rear of the vehicle, and we can see that this one is spec'd with rear barn doors. What I mean by that are 2 doors which open in that sort of fashion. The limited edition nav van is basically a step up from what the Vivaro Sportive would be. So everything that you would get on the Sportive, and then a few extra bits and bobs as well. So the Sportive would come as standard, of course, with colour-coded bumpers, which this one does. So you've got lovely colour-coded rear bumper there with integrated rear parking sensors. So that's another bit of spec. You can see that this one has got the rear bumper protector as well fitted, of course, because that is such a high traffic area with your cargo going in and out of the rear of the van. It protects the top of that painted bumper. You can see here at the back, the 125 is actually a bi-turbo engine. Fantastic engine in these vans. I'm a big fan of them myself because they are fantastic on fuel. So brilliant in terms of fuel economy. I would say class leading in that regard. If we open up the rear barn doors, we can then start to have a look at the condition in the load area here. So when you open up the rear barn door, you'll see they've got these little handles just here. You pull on that handle, you can then open the rear door up right the way to its 180 degree position. And that gives you then maximum accessibility into the back of the van. And you can of course do exactly the same with the other one. Of course they will, as standard, just lock in place there at 90 degrees. Give that a pull, and then it opens right out there to 180 degrees. And as I say, this allows me then to show you to the full extent the load area in the back of this van. So you can see there is ply lining throughout the back of the vehicle, and of course that protects the van from any outward dent. So if you've got cargo in the back of you and you go around a corner, it flies against the side, you're not going to cause damage to the bodywork of the van, and that is what the ply lining is, of course, there to do. You can see that we've got the full factory fitted bulkhead. These bulkheads are removable, so you can take those out if you want to do. They are just bolted in around the outside. So if you're going to maybe do a camper conversion or something along those lines. And having a look at the rear doors, a couple of little marks on the rear doors. Again, very common to see this, as I say, because it is such a high traffic area near the rear of the vehicle. But I must say, all in all, quite impressed with the condition in the back of this particular example. Looking at the rear doors, quite difficult to fault, to be honest with you. It's looking very nice. There's a couple of very minor little marks there just where the 2 doors meet, and as I say, a couple of minor marks along the bottom there of that rear bumper. But as I say, all in all, that is being quite critical, and I think the condition is very nice indeed. Looking then down the passenger side and using those reflections where available, you can just see how clean and straight this van is. If I'm being, again, very critical, and I will be as honest as I can in these videos, of course, there is a small little pin dent just there, which you might be able to just see there in the reflection. But otherwise, that is looking absolutely spot on. There's nothing else that I can particularly pick up on there in terms of adverse condition. Another bit of spec that you get on the limited edition nav van is the decals which go along the side, and you also get them, you can just see there, subtly on top of the roof as well. So it's a nice little feature, and that quickly tells you that this isn't just your standard Sportive. You also get the alloy wheels here, so you can see that these have got the 17-inch Vauxhall alloy wheels. Again, just sets the vehicle off very nicely indeed. If we open up the side loading door, we can then have another look at the load area from this angle. And just see how clean and tidy that is. All the step area, it's all looking really nice indeed. And then this gives you a good close-up look at the bulkhead. And we have got the all-important load-through hatch. So it is open at the moment, clearly, as you can see. And what this allows you to do then is load longer lengths right the way through underneath the passenger seats. But not only does it allow you to go underneath the passenger seat, But if you open up the passenger door, lift up the passenger seat using this tab just here, you'll see down below there's a red tab. Give that a pull, and that opens another hatch, which then allows you to load right the way through into the passenger footwell. So on a long wheelbase Vivaro, it gives you a fantastic load length, that comparable of a much larger van. So that's always a big bonus on these vans. While we're here as well and having a look in the cab, I've got the service book for you as well to present, and you can see here that it has previously been serviced, and that was in July, at the end of July of 2020, and that was at 12,000 miles. Of course, we will be putting this through our workshop as well before it goes, and giving it a fresh service as well. Having a look inside the cab then, starting here with the passenger door card, having a good look there at the condition. Again with the steps in really good order, same with the floor just there, and the seats, no fault at all as well. In the centre seat, you can actually fold down the centre here, and that then gives you this removable clipboard, should I say. There's a cup holder just there, and also some card slots just there as well, and that clips down into place. Shut the door. I'll show you the rest of the spec when we go around to the driver's side, but for now we will continue to go around the front. You also get colour-coded wing mirrors on the limited edition nav van, as well as that lovely colour-coded front bumper. Panorama Blue is the name of this colour. One of my personal favourites in the Vauxhall range, it must be said. Not only do you get the colour-coded front bumper, you also get front fog lights, and again, another lovely feature. I don't know how well this will show up in the camera, but you get this lovely LED sort of eyebrow light just there where I'm pointing, which, as I say, in the flesh, it really does stand out very nicely. It gives the van a very premium, modern look as well. But I think that's a fantastic looking van. Looking then down the driver's side of the vehicle, and again looking at those reflections, you can see of the van in the background, having a look for any dings or dents, anything like that that I can point out to you. But I must say that is looking very clean and tidy, it must be said. Alloys are all in very good order as well. Doesn't seem to be any curbing to the alloys. Having a look at the fronts, yeah, they're all looking very good indeed. Let's have a look inside the cab when we open the driver's door. So again, we can have a look at the condition of the step there and just how clean that is. Looking as well at the driver's door card, and then onto a bit of spec here. So on top of the driver's door, electric windows, electric mirrors. You can see that we've got 2 full remote keys with this particular vehicle. On the driver's seat, again looking at the condition here, it's all looking in fantastic condition. Certainly doesn't smell like a smoker's vehicle as well, good to note that. Height adjustability on the driver's seat. You've also got the driver's armrest, which is always welcome as well. These buttons here on the end of the stalk, that controls the onboard computer, and you've got your volume controls for the radio there behind the steering wheel. On the steering wheel, you've got this lovely stitch here to the top and to the bottom of the steering wheel, and you can actually control the cruise control from the steering wheel as well. So again, another bit of spec on the van. If we go through the onboard computer, we'll come to the mileage, which is just there at the top, 25,013 miles. And you can see that the vehicle is running at the moment. It's idling correctly. There's no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard. If we turn the steering wheel over to the left-hand side, you can see that we've got auto-activated lights. And then if we turn it over to the right, you can see we've got auto-activated wipers as well. 6-speed manual gearbox to go along with that 125 brake horsepower engine. This is of course where you can choose between your cruise control and your speed limiter, and you can turn your start-stop on or off there as well. Air conditioning comes as standard on these vans. Again, a fantastic bit of spec to have. We've got the all-important phone cradle just there, and then we've got the lovely screen in the middle. So first thing to note on the radio side of things, we've got DAB radio up here. If you go back to the home, you've also got satellite navigation. I'm going to show you the map just there. And you've got full sat nav on here as well. Of course, you can connect your phone to this via Bluetooth, USB port or AUX port as well. So as I say, a really intuitive design there, and as I say, very easy to use and nice to have it all integrated as well. So just to sum up and summarize this particular van, this is a 2018 on a 68 plate Vauxhall Vivaro. It's the limited edition nav van, which, as I mentioned, is basically a Sportive plus all of the options which you could put on a Sportive. So a really nice specification on these models. 125 brake horsepower, bi-turbo 1.6 CD TI. It is Euro 6 as well, so you can take this vehicle into the ultra low emission zone areas such as central London without having to pay the ultra low emissions zone charge. Long wheelbase, low roof. We have got, of course, service history, which you've seen, and we will be servicing it before it goes, along with its first 12-month MOT as well. Fantastic condition throughout, of course, usual minor cosmetic marks, which I always like to point out where I can see them, just so you've got as much information as possible to be able to make an informed decision as well. But a fantastic van, beautiful colour, panorama blue, and it is available here physically with us now at the time of recording this video. If you'd like to inquire, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange finance on all of our vehicles, and this can be done remotely as well, starting as low as 7.9% APR. We can arrange finance for private individuals or limited companies alike. We can also take cars or vans in part exchange, so by all means get in touch with any part exchange inquiries that you may have, and we also deliver our vans nationwide as well, so that is also a service that we offer. Thank you very much for watching.